On Friday, the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families and the Liberty Counsel submitted a final request to have Justina Peletier immediately released to her parents, Lou and Linda. Earlier in the week, Justina begged juvenile court judge Joseph Johnson to let her go home.
You can do it. You're the one that's judging this. Please let me go home, Judge Johnson and Governor Patrick. Please, right now. Please let me go home right now.
I hope somebody in Massachusetts is listening, mainly the judge. The judge is going to make a ruling by June 20th. Family attorney Matt Staver, founder of the Liberty Counsel, joins me now to give us the latest. Matt, Friday, I understand that you submitted a final request to the judge indicating that all of the conditions have been met. What's standing in the way? Why isn't Justina already home?
All the Judge Johnson has to do is sign the order. We've actually given him a draft order. All he has to do is put a signature on it. And when you hear Justina making this plea to Judge Johnson, it is so disheartening to see this young girl in a situation like this. She needs to be home with her mom and dad. 2 weeks ago, Liberty Counsel filed a motion with the court asking for the court to issue an emergency ruling to allow her to go home. We've been working with the very top individuals of the Massachusetts Department of Children and Family and HHS, and they agreed. A week ago, they filed a motion agreeing with Liberty Counsel's motion. And then Tuesday of this past week, the judge issued an order asking for the parties to submit some more information. So on this past Friday, we did, and everyone, DCF, HHS, Liberty Counsel, the guardian ad litem, they all agree Justina should immediately go home. Not only that she should immediately go home, but there's no reason any longer to have any kind of supervision of the Massachusetts DCF, and certainly not anything with regards to Connecticut involved in this case. She is ready, willing, and able to go home, and she should be returned immediately. So we've asked the judge to immediately sign his name to an order, which we've actually prepared, and that's all we're waiting for. One signature by this judge, and Justina's home.
Matt, every week I'm hoping that we're going to be able to announce to our audience that Justina is home, and I'm hoping that by next Saturday that can happen. But are you shocked of this sudden and dramatic reversal on the part of the state of Massachusetts? They've been fighting the Peletiers for 16 months, and now all of a sudden they say, yeah, she ought to be able to go home.
This case has turned around 180 degrees from where it was 3.5 months ago, to the point where now DCF has ultimately agreed with Liberty Counsel that Justina should be treated at Tufts Medical Center for physical conditions, and she should be back at home with Linda and Lou, her mom and dad, and her 3 older sisters.
Well, Liberty Counsel is to be commended, and you and all your staff. She wouldn't be so close to being home had it not been for your intervention. I cannot wait for her to be free. I want to hug that little girl and say, I'm so glad that people were willing to pray for her and help her get home. Matt, thank you. We'll be keeping an eye on this case and letting our folks know. I'm going to be right back with some closing thoughts. Stay with us.